Hey, it's Flynn. This is a completely different style of editing, so I hope you enjoy this NASCAR Fun in 2004, an iconic game NASCAR series made by EA Sports. Are currently Satan right now, but anyways, we are going to be doing a little series. We're going to be simulating our 20-year season in the game's career mode. Yahoo! Stealing idea time! Originally an idea popularized by KamikazeGames, who created his own road of simulating his career modes in NASCAR 2003, 2004, 2005. I wanted to give it with my own little twist of things because I forgot to actually get screenshots from my rookie career. But luckily I have a Google Doc and Excel sheet that I can just read off of. Now about the 2003 season, obviously we're gonna have to start off with the champion. And that champion happened to be the big boy Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the number 8 Dale Jr., which is big for a Junior fan, but also the fact that he had one win that year was the same way or same amount of wins Matt Kenseth had in 2003 in this World. So game actually got something accurate, surprisingly. Now I want to mention Jeff Gordon because he managed to get 14 wins and 9 poles, which were, and his wins was a big, like, just getting like over one win than he got in his 1998 season. But in the case of Tony Stewart, he got 9 poles as well, as did Dale Jr., which means that all three got the most poles that season, which shows that Monte Carlos did have the speed that year. As well, Casey Mears won the championship for rookie points. He finished 26th, which was a lot better than what he got in real life. And by a lot, I mean seriously a lot. But unfortunately, Kenny Schrader in the 49 Dodge and Camilla Page in the 57 both retired. Now this would lead to Stanton Barrett taking over the 57 for Page and Ashton Lewis Jr. taking over the 49 for Ken Schrader. To cap off this section for the 2003 season, I'm going to mention a lot more information. Jeff Gordon went 3 in a row at the last Loudon, Dover, and Talladega races in the fall. Casey Mears beat Jim McMurray, Christopher Pauly, Greg Beff, Jack Sprague, me as Billy Bigley, and other Busch Chase drivers to win the championship. Grubb finished last in points and in rookie points, specifically in 46 in non-points and rookie points. He finished 11th. Ricky Rudd really had a statistic of winning at the third race and the third last race. He won the third race at Las Vegas and the fourth race at Phoenix. Bobby Labonte was the one who got the most laps led in 2003 with 806 overall. And to end off this little section, Pontiac still fucking sucked because they finished like last in manufactured. Off to 2004. Stop right there, criminal scum. We do have to mention Billy Bingley's points because I'm recording this at like a normal time. But Bingley did finish 41st in points and as well picked up a best finish of 35th. Now we can officially just go off to 2004 and just see numbers and stuff. Immediately as we're getting into the 2004 championship statistics, Tony Stewart won the 2004 Winston Cup Championship with Jeff Gordon down right behind. But the interesting fact is that Stewart won 2 races that year while finishing in the top 10 34 times, while Jeff Gordon picked up 10 wins. It kind of shows that consistency is a lot more stronger than winning races. Junior picked up, I believe, 2 wins that year, as similar to Tony Stewart. Bobby Labonte got 5 wins, which is a lot for the number 18, and as well Kevin Harvick got 7 wins. So it kind of showed that consistency is a lot more stronger than just winning races in these points. Interestingly enough, no new rookies actually joined the series for 2004. Tony Stewart got himself 12 poles that season, which was a lot for the champion, And as well, Chevrolet won the manufacturer championship that year. Barney finished last. And Kevin Harvick led the most laps with 854. Oddly enough, everybody actually led in this season, which is weird, knowing that, Giving a good look to our back markers, David Green managed to finish last in points, while Kevin Grubb finished second last, and we finished third to last, which was, it's not good to see that 2/3 of your Dodgers are finishing all the way in the back, while Chase Montgomery upgraded to a full season ride in this number 27 and ran up to 40th or 41st in points. As well, there are other several drivers which probably sucked, obviously, and now Ashton Lewis in the 49 finished 33rd in points, a major overhaul from his 2003 season, as well for Stan Barrett, who joined the 57 and managed to finish 32nd in points. So that kind of swap very favorable. And finally, to cap off the 2004 season, we're going to have to talk about retirements. Mike Skinner finished 39th points and decided to hang up the helmet. Surprisingly, Chase Montgomery took over the number 4 Pontiac, so that's one Pontiac down and another Pontiac seat being filled. And Kenny Wallace as well retired with a 34th place in points finish. And he got pole, so he ended off the season with 1 pole. But unfortunately, no one stepped up to replace him. So that's it for 2004. Now we're off 2005. Now about the 2005 season, we have a lot of interesting information for that year. Dale Jr. won the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship for that year, with Tony Stewart being second and Matt Kenseth being in third place. But funnily enough, Jr. picked up 4 wins that year, which, netted him the championship. But the most interesting fact is that Tony Stewart had no wins. Same thing for third place finisher Matt Kenseth. It kind of shows that even though you have a bunch of wins like Kevin Harvick or Jeff Gordon, you can finish in the top 3 by sheer consistency. Matt Kenseth had no wins that year, while Jeff Gordon and Kevin Harvick dominated with Gordon getting 9 wins that year, including several back-to-backs during the stretch of the season, and Kevin Harvick got 6 wins that year as well. So it's interesting to see that consistency is doing a lot better than just winning a lot of races. As well, we're just gonna give us a look at the scrubs for finishing last in points is Billy Bigley. We almost ran out. We went in the negatives at Kansas, but in for a second was David Green, who had not that great of a year, of course, in the Pontiac number 37. 41st was Kevin Grubb, he's doing a lot better points wise, knowing that he finished 46 in 2003 for his Dr. Pepper Dodge. And in that case, fuck trying to make a scheme for 2003. Scott Wimmer was interestingly the only rookie to be running in 2005, so he automatically won the championship, even though he finished 40th. And 39th was that 0-0 of Jack Sprague, another Pontiac, being in the bottom 5. It kind of shows that Pontiac sucks. As previously stated, Scott Wimmer was the only rookie to drive in 2005, so he automatically won the championship. Dale Jr. got 11 poles that year, which consists of a trend of champions being pole world champions. Chevrolet won the manufacturers championship, and Twin Still led the most laps with 808. That's what everyone leads a lap. You lead a lap, everyone leads a lap because logic. And finally, to the retirement section of 2005, and the first retiree is Rusty Wallace, which is scaringly accurate to how everything happened in 2001 in real life, with Rusty Wallace actually retiring. He was one of the champions to retire. He wasn't replaced, but Elliott as well retires in 2005, which is interesting, knowing the fact that he will be going on to drive like Wood Brothers and other drivers in real life after 2005. He was replaced by Kevin Grubb, so that Dr. Pepper Dodge is now vacant, and as well Brett Bodine retires after 2005 with no Michigan injury to speak as well. and he is replaced by Scott Wimmer, which is quite interesting to know. Now, of 2006 into the 2006 Winston season, we seen another repeat champion in the form of Tony Stewart winning this year's championship. Ryan Newman finished second, Bobby Labonte finished third. But the most interesting thing I want to take a look at is standings and statistics, because Tony Stewart went winless again. This time picking up the championship in the process, whilst second place finisher Ryan Newman as well didn't get any wins. So the top two were winless that year, which is quite surprising. And for third place, which is the 18 of Bobby Labonte, he picked up 2 wins. So it's kind of showing that consistency is as well a hell of a lot better than just getting wins, because you're gonna have a lot more finishes and a lot more statistics upping your points positions, which is crucial for championship formats such as this, where consistency during the entire season is entirely important as well. Matt Kenseth Jr. finished in 4th and 5th, and now off to scrub. Regarding this section of the scrub update, due to the fact that there was a stupid amount of fantasy drivers, I actually had to do from like 42nd to 37th. So every fantasy driver is off the list. But first off, we have the 53 of us, Bigley Jr., finishing 41st in points with a best of 31st that year, which is, we're still improving. But in 40th is Greg Biffle, which is completely off the mark from how he's running he ran in real life, which is shocking. And now 39th is Jack Sprague, of course, in the Sierra Pontiac, and Pontiac still sucking even after all these years. And 30th is David Green, another Pontiac, who finished 38th, getting a lot better in his points finishes. And 37th is Ron Hornaday. For some reason, the game doesn't have his 2001 statistics. But anyways, we're going to go off into the bonus information. What I said about a stupid amount of fantasy drivers, I wasn't wrong, because there was like 37 fantasy drivers going for the Rookie of the Year championship. Travis Watson picked up that title with like 400 points, and everyone just had like 2 to 3 digit finishes. But Ryan Newman picked up the pole championship with 9 poles. Chevrolet won the manufacturer championship, of fucking course. And as well, to wrap it up, Dale Jr. led 812 championships, with Jeff Gordon being in second, and as well, almost everyone led laps until we got to like 61st. And the most tragic part of our seasons is retirements. First off, Texas Terry Labonte, which actually somewhat retired in 2006 in real life. So the 1984 and 1996 champion is unfortunately gone, and he does not have a replacement. Dale Jarrett as well retires in 2006, which, considering the fact that 2006 was his final season with Robert Yates, and he retires at 2006 in this universe, is quite something. And as well, Ricky Rudd retires to 21, and there's no replacement for him, or Gerald Texas Terry. So that means like the 21, the 5, and the 88 is just gone. But of 2007 now, the final year of this part, 2007, has arrived. The final year of the Gen 4, and this year, Bobby Labonte wins the NASCAR Winston Cup Series championship. Absolutely great performance by the 18 Interstate Batteries. He managed to get 2 wins this year and finished in the top 10 32nd times, I believe. 32 times actually. Here in 2007, Dale Jr. finished second with as well 32 top 10s and 13 poles, which we're going to mention later. As well, third place belonged to Jimmy Johnson. Absolutely surprising to see the 48 start rising up the ranks so late, knowing how 2006 in real life was his big breakout year with that championship. As well, fourth place was Ryan Newman's number 12, which he began pretty hot in the season results. So great year for Dodge, and as well Jeff Gordon with 109 overall wins. He finishes fifth in points, showing that hey, your wins may overcompensate for your lack of consistency. At this point, since we have a bunch of fantasy teams just not getting a lot of points, I have to go up to like around 40th and 39th so we can get actual right. So first off, Billy Mingley's number 53 finished 39th in points, which is the best that team has gotten in regards to points. 30th was the 5 Brian Vickers, and this I specifically want to mention something. Brian Vickers is racing because Taylor Bond retired, which is the same thing for what happened to Scott Winwood in 2003 and 2005 and Ron Horner in 2006. But in 37th is the 37 of David Green, kind of like it's meant for each other in some way. Pony is sucking as always. But in 36, it's Ron Hornaday. I will mention Hornaday later, but Hornaday for some reason doesn't have his 2001 stats for some fucking reason, which I still don't know why. But in 35th, yes, 35th is Greg Biffle, which is surprising considering the fact that Biffle has just finished 30th like 3 times straight in the fast years. Now, after the other info. Now, obviously, Brian Vickers absolutely crushed every fantasy driver in the realm of Rookie of the Year points because, of course, he's a full-time driver instead of like a part-time. In the Pole Wars, the year picked up 13, which he beats his previous 11 points somewhere in the past. And Manufacturer Chevrolet obviously won the Manufacturer Championship. Pontiac sucks. And final off, Jeff Gordon led 832, I believe, laps, and only 53 drivers managed to lead a lap. So finally, we can go off to retirement. And this is where I wanted to mention Ron Hornaday again, because he retired after the 2007 season, which means that neither the number 2 AC Delco Chevy or the number 2 Rusty Dodge will be in the field for 2008 as well. Sterling Marlin retires after 2007, which means the Silver Bullet is not going to be in the 2008 season as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you for dealing with my voice. Thank you for watching and experiencing the evolution of like editing with my video. And I hope we see you a part 2 for the next few years of the career mode. Thank you and have a great day.